The National Hot Rod Association, NHRA, has long stood as a giant in American motorsports. For decades, it symbolized speed, noise, and adrenaline, drawing passionate fans to witness cars push their limits on the drag strip. NHRA races were once compared to the Super Bowl. Grandstands filled to capacity, legendary drivers stole the spotlight, and the excitement was unmatched. But today, the picture is far less bright. As Racing Jack's recent video, Why NHRA is in Big Trouble, outlines, the sport faces major challenges. Shrinking attendance, a lack of young fans, fading star power, questionable leadership decisions, and rising competition all threaten its future. Unless changes are made, the NHRA risks losing its place as the face of drag racing. Falling attendance. One of the most visible signs of trouble is the empty grandstands. Once packed shoulder to shoulder, events like the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis now look like shadows of their former selves. Longtime fans admit the energy isn't what it used to be. For a sport built on live experience, this is a huge problem. The sound, smell, and chest-rattling vibrations of top fuel cars can't be replicated on TV. Without the crowd's energy, one of NHRA's biggest selling points disappears. Losing younger fans. Equally troubling is the lack of new fans. Today, most attendees fall in the 35 to 50 age group, many of whom grew up with parents who love drag racing. Younger generations, however, are more engaged with TikTok, Instagram Reels, and esports than with traditional motorsports. In the past, car magazines and local drag strips introduced kids to racing. Now, those cultural touchpoints are gone. If NHRA can't find ways to attract younger audiences, its fan base will continue to age out, putting the sport's future at risk. The star power void. All successful sports rely on stars, and NHRA has lost its biggest. John Force, long the face of drag racing, suffered a devastating crash in Virginia that likely ended his career. Without him, the sport lost its central attraction. Star power matters. Just as Michael Jordan defined the NBA and Mike Tyson carried boxing, Force gave NHRA a figure fans could rally behind. While Tony Stewart adds credibility from NASCAR, his role in drag racing is uncertain. NHRA's failure to build new household names has left it struggling to capture attention in a crowded sports market. Track distance controversy. In 2008, following a fatal crash, NHRA shortened its races from the traditional quarter mile, 1,320 feet, to 1,000 feet. While this was done for safety, many fans saw it as tampering with the sport's identity. For purists, the quarter mile is sacred, the distance where historic records were set. Changing it felt like shrinking a football field or a baseball diamond. This move created a disconnect between modern drag racing and its rich history, leaving many fans dissatisfied. Races that end too quickly. Top fuel dragsters and funny cars are engineering marvels, but their runs last just a few seconds. While the noise and speed are jaw-dropping, the brevity of the races makes it hard to sustain excitement, especially for TV audiences. As one journalist noted, once you get over the novelty, there's not a lot to talk about. Without storytelling, rivalries, or larger-than-life personalities, casual fans don't stay engaged. Weak media and digital presence. NHRA's media situation is another hurdle. Unlike other sports that sell broadcast rights, NHRA reportedly pays for its airtime on Fox Sports 1. This leads to exposure, but not the kind of prestige or money needed to grow the sport. Digitally, the sport is far behind. The NHRA YouTube channel has under 300,000 subscribers, tiny compared to independent motorsports creators. In an era where younger fans live online, failing to expand digital reach is a critical mistake. Rising costs and executive salaries. Attending an NHRA race is no longer affordable for many families. Tickets, travel, and extras often cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, NHRA executives, despite the organization being a nonprofit, earn deep six-figure salaries, with some making over $500,000 annually. This doesn't sit well with racers and fans, especially since payouts and team support have been cut since COVID. The gap between leadership and those who make the sport possible has created growing resentment. Sponsorship struggles and rival competition. Sponsorship issues have added more pressure. Coca-Cola ended its 18-year partnership early during COVID, raising questions about the sport's marketability. While Mission Foods has stepped in, other sponsors remain hesitant. At the same time, the International Hot Rod Association, IHRA, is staging a comeback. With lower ticket prices, fan-friendly policies, and new track acquisitions, the IHRA positions itself as the anti-NHRA. For fans frustrated with high prices and poor leadership, the IHRA offers a tempting alternative. Racer versus executive tensions. Internal conflict also threatens NHRA's stability. Many top teams are now funded by wealthy owners who don't always align with NHRA leadership. When a sanctioning body cancels popular classes, like Top Fuel Harley, despite low costs, it sends the wrong message to racers. These disagreements weaken unity at a time when the sport most needs it, creating further division between those on the track and those running the organization. What must change? To survive, NHRA needs bold action. Key priorities include attracting younger fans through digital-first strategies, developing new stars to lead the sport forward, balancing tradition with entertainment in race formats, making events more affordable and family-friendly, bridging the divide between leadership and racers. Drag racing has always been about passion, power, and community. If NHRA can return to these roots while adapting to modern realities, it has a chance to thrive again. Final thoughts. The NHRA was once the heartbeat of American motorsports, but today it faces a crossroads. Declining attendance, loss of stars, weak digital growth, and rising internal tensions are eroding its foundation. The engines still roar, but the stands are growing quiet. The future of drag racing depends on whether the NHRA is willing to change. Without reform, the decline will continue. With it, the sport may yet rediscover the spark that once made it great.